Trapping plays a very important role in modern-day wildlife management. Professional wildlife biologists monitor fur-bearer populations to maintain a healthy and sustainable harvest of this important, renewable natural resource. Trapping provides recreation and income for licensed trappers across this country. Hoosier Trapper Outdoors is brought to you by Hoosier Trapper Supply. J3 Outdoors, manufacturer of the Hags Bracket and Body Trap Spring Clip. Leatherwood Creek Trapping Scents. Weeby Knives and Fur Handling Tools. HTS Productions. Hoosier Trapper Deer Scents. And Leatherwood Wildlife Art.
All right. Thank you for joining us for episode 9 of Hoosier Trapper Outdoors. This will be our first semi-live episode, so we'll have several of them. So I'll just trapping right here around the shop and just checking traps before work, like most people have to do. And I hope you enjoy that. And it will all be farm country trapping. So for those of you that live in farm country, which is probably a lot of you, you can relate to that. So anyways, Justin and I had a good time doing that. And I got to admit, the weather was perfect. We had just a couple days that were a little marginal, but so it was a good 10-day run. So anyways, hope you enjoy that. I want to thank everybody for the orders. That's kind of what keeps all this going. Or if you've stopped by the shop or whatever, really appreciate all that. If you haven't checked out our new website, you might check it out. A lot more user friendly, a lot easier to find stuff, and if you not someone that wants to order online, certainly just give us a call and we're glad to take an order over the phone. Don't forget our photo contest. 2 requirements for that is you've got to take a picture of yourself with the bottle that you use to have success with. So whether it's a deer or trapping photo, just take a picture and hold the bottle. And send them to us. So you can send it through Facebook, you can send it through email, or you can just send a hard copy through the mail. So, anyways, simple. And then it'll be a drawing for 2 $100 gift cards for deer hunting, and then 2 $100 gift cards for trapping. And then the other requirement is that it has to be one of Hoosier Trapper's products, either our deer scent or our Leatherwood trapping scent line, which obviously includes Top Dog Bait. Want to thank our sponsors, J3 Outdoors and Weeby Knives, both products that we use ourselves, both products that we believe in, both good quality producers of awesome trapping equipment. So anyways, I hope you enjoy the show, and give us your comments on the semi-live below the video. Alright, here's our first day setting on our local line before work line. It's going to be our semi-live segments that we're going to run. So we just set this one up, and we'll go around and show you the sets that we made. We made 4 sets here. A year ago, we caught 5 coyotes here in 6 or 7 days, so it was a hot spot. It's funny, I was talking to a friend of mine who's Mike Huber, big time coyote trapper, big time coon trapper. Anyways, he was saying, you just never see that much sign in Indiana, and you see some, but right here I'm not seeing any coyote sign at all. But past history has proven this spot to be quite good. We've only trapped it 1 year, and that was last year. But we've got awesome feature here. We've got the farm ditch going through here. We've got some beavers we're gonna have to trap next week when season comes in. Today's Thursday, November 8th, and then season comes in on the beavers on November 15th. So anyways, we got to get those out of here for the farmer. That was basically how we got in here to trap. And then we got the bridge going across from one field to the next. We got another location like that too. So these are awesome if you can find them. So anyways, anything you want to add to that?
I just want to stack them up.
Yep. we're not gonna have a ton of traps set up, so I don't know how much stacking up will do, but just something we can do before the shop and get out and catch some of these local coyotes. And Andy Weiser was on Facebook last night talking about brown coyotes being out in Wyoming, or I'm sorry, Montana. We'll show him some brown coyotes. So.
There's plenty of those around here.
Anyways, we'll handheld the camera and we'll show you what we got set up here. All right, so the first set that I put in, it's right here in the corner by the ditch, and it's kind of a flat set. I put urine on here, kind of like a urine post set. I did use coyote gland lure up here on top, and then I actually poked a hole and I stuck some top dog right down in there and closed it back up. So it's kind of got three things going for it. It's kind of a combination flat set, urine post set with some addition of bait. So I know there's some purists out there that would not agree with the bait being on that, but it ain't gonna hurt anything. So anyways, that set's there. And then what I did is I got just a little low spot right here, a little pond, whatever you want to call it. So and then there's a kind of a farm lane that comes up around this way, and it also goes up around that way. So since this is the point of travel right here, I just put a kind of a traditional dirt hole right here, top dog in the hole, and this one I actually stuck some finicky feline on, something kind of different. Throw at them, coyotes, fox, and bobcats. Even though that lure was designed with bobcats in mind, coyotes love it, foxes love it too. So, anyways, like I said, traditional dirt hole's got good visual eye appeal of the dirt hole itself, and see what happens.
All right, Charlie got two sets on this side of the bridge. I just jumped across the other side and put two in. Go take a look at them. Hoping this is the hot spot we had last year.
Yeah, no kidding.
Scratched out a bed right here for a trap. I got a good sized dirt hole, plenty of eye appeal, dirt dug out of there. Using a little bit of coveralls underneath there, even a little bit of salt too. The temperature's supposed to drop here the next day or two, so just in case, want to be prepared for that. Top dog and coyote urine, and this one I put just the smallest drop of long distance with coyote carnage, and the trap is hugging the hole real well there.
Yeah, that goes without being said. We're hugging the hole on all these. Right. So yeah, we're supposed to get down to the low 20s. Not tonight, but I think Friday night and Saturday night both. So it's supposed to get pretty cold.
I mean, it's chilly now. That wind will cut through you.
Yeah. We're not getting our Indian summer, which we typically get this time of year.
Yeah, I know. So. Same thing here. I did another big dirt hole. The trap, you can see it's slightly below the grade of the ground. So this is a minor step down versus the other one. As far as bait, top dog as always, coyote urine. Then the lure I switched up. I went with two different lures. We got black gold and Vixen Elixir. Great attractants. Most of my smell is real condensed in this area. I don't have stuff drug out everywhere. I'm trying to focus and channel in right there to get him close as I can to that hole. But we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that little bit of long distance kind of works for all of us. If there's some, I'm sure they're running this area anyway, but just in case the wind can take it, draw them in, I think that will help all of us. So
Yep. Let's go try to get one more location set up before work, and then so we'll have 2 locations to check tomorrow, and then we'll just add a location or 2 tomorrow. So this is the plan is a 10-day run, a 10-day check on this. And the reason for the 10 days is that will be pulling on a Sunday. Our deer season will come in that Saturday, then we'll check Saturday and Sunday, and then we get hit with major deer heads coming in for taxidermy purposes on Monday. So
yeah, we'll be no time to be trapping. It's all skinning right there. You know, 20 plus heads usually come in on that Monday. So we'll be busy. That's our plan, unless we just get completely shut down by the weather. All right, gonna put a set in here. This is our second location. We just set 4 on that other location. This one here, we got another bridge going across the farm ditch. This one I have trapped literally for 40 some years. So, and I've talked about this place numerous times over the years. So we've got a road, actually, a county road right over there. So if they're coming this way, that we kind of in plain view here, so we're gonna try to avoid somebody seeing something. So we got some pretty tall grass right here. Bridge is right here, and I'm gonna put a set in here. I'm gonna make a flat set on this one, and just use some gland lure and urine. That's all I'm going to use on this one, and then we'll put in a couple more sets here too, but I'll walk you through what I'm going to do on this one. Okay, pretty small bed. And there's a lot of discussion about cable stakes. You can buy really good ones, you can buy really inexpensive ones. We just use the really inexpensive ones. We've never had one pulled out by a coyote. They hold very, very well. They don't hold up to a whole lot of prying and stuff, so sometimes you only may get 2 or 3 uses out of them. But if they bend when you're prying them out, just flatten them back out and use them. They drive good though. The drivers are inexpensive, so if you bust one up, it's pretty easy to replace them. The other thing is, and this is standard Berkshire. And the other thing is, if you're in a hurry or it gets hung up in the ground or whatever, and you got to cut the cable, it's not like you're leaving a whole bunch of money in the ground. Okay, drive in. What? I think it's a good idea to set them. Some guys put them in and just let the animal set them or whatever. You know, obviously we're turning the stake from vertical to horizontal, but I always set them just in case. Now, because it's going to get super cold and this ground is very wet because we just got done with a 3-inch rain about 4 or 5 days ago, we are using coveralls here. I got the trap bedded in the dirt, and I'm going to use just a little bit of this pretty wet dirt here to kind of blend that in. I don't want very much of that on there because that will still freeze, and you've seen this in the past if you've watched all our episodes. We'll have a chunk of dirt on there like a big cookie frozen up. The next morning you just catch the edge and flip it off. This right here, those cover holes, even if they get damp or wet, will break apart when something steps on them if they freeze. They got kind of a natural wax to them, so it's awesome for this type of trapping, or super cold weather trapping. But there's not enough dirt here holding those coveralls down
that's all going to freeze together. So I've got the advantage of the dirt blending it in, and then I've got the advantage of the dirt holding the coveralls down so they don't blow away. So on this set here, I'm not going to blend this in too much. I'm pretty much just going to leave it just like this. And what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm just going to keep this one pretty simple. Kind of a territorial set. Put a little gland lure right there. Coyote gland lure, our 202, and just a little bit of urine right there, and that's it. That's all we're going to do. Now we're going to put a couple more sets in here too, and we'll show those. But for this location, that's it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not even going to blend it. I'm just going to leave it just like it is. There's plenty of bare dirt here. So that's what we're going to do. So Justin's going to stick one in, and I'm going to stick another one in, and then we'll film those and show you what we're doing. All right, here's the second location we're set up. Here's the bridge with the farm ditch going through. We've got the set that I just made, the flat set right here, right on the bridge basically. I mean, obviously it's just off the bridge, but it's right centered up on the bridge. And then Justin's down here putting a set in. We had one year, several years ago, that the coyotes in this area evidently got parvo or some sort of virus, and it just wiped them. And I think that was the only year I never caught a coyote right here. Other than that, this place is always good for at least 2 or 3, sometimes more. But it's always, like I said, for years and years, it's been proven as a spot. I've got over a 40-year history on this location, so it's proven. So Justin's getting fancier. He's putting a double dirt hole set in.
Trying to entertain you guys. 2 dirt holes. The reason I just trying to change it up a little bit. I know Charlie's just, 10-15 yards away, and he's got a flat set, so I didn't go that route. And so just want to do something different, having fun out here and experimenting. Trap's dead center between the two. I got the holes slightly angled into each other, using a little bit of coveralls underneath there. I'm just trying to get these holes a little bit deeper so I can get that top dog down in there deep, make him work for it. Keep him there longer working for it. Hopefully he'll hit that pan just right.
What lure are you going to put on there, Justin?
I haven't decided yet. What'd you use?
I used just the coyote gland on the flat set, and then on the dirt hole, which I'm going to show you here in just a second, finicky feline.
Okay.
So,
I'll probably use black golden carnage.
Okay.
Just to keep it,
right.
Switch it up.
Yep. All right, so while Justin's finishing that one up, I'm going to show you the other set that I made on this location. As you can see, we've got a long path of travel. This farm ditch goes on long ways. So any type of landmark, I'm not going to call this a barrier because they can easily cross it, but they can obviously travel up and down it. It gives them a feature to travel along. To me, the longer the better in terms of the flow of the land. That's what those coyotes travel on. So, obviously, if I didn't have any history here at all, clearly this is obvious that you want to set this. So it's just a really good location. So I'm going to go back on the other side of the bridge here. And I made a set that kind of goes against what I typically would do and typically would recommend. But under the circumstances, because we've got the road just kind of right behind the truck back there, it's kind of off here in the weeds. A little bit more in the brush than I would like, but so I just put in a dirt hole set right here. Top dog in the hole, of course, and some finicky feline. I'm going to pull some of this stuff out of here a little bit. Going to move that stuff out of there. You got to remember, a coyote's close to the ground, so what we take for granted is not really being much of an obstruction. you know, a coyote can obviously plow right through it, but sometimes they may hesitate to do that. So I'm going to move it and make the path area a little bit clearer for them. You know, we've had questions in the past, and guys are saying, oh, I'm catching squirrels and I'm catching stuff that, you know, I don't think I should be catching, and obviously not. You know, on a rare occasion that does happen. But sometimes, and in talking to them, I would find that they were setting in, you know, like they would be going into that wooded fence row right there and setting the trap right in there, or maybe in the edge of the woods or whatever. And that was just, you know, the coyote's not getting to where they're at, but all that stuff that lives in that area was getting in the set. So this set right here obviously is more likely to catch a possum or a raccoon than something that would be more out in here. Now we're close enough, we can catch a coon or a possum in any of these sets, but generally speaking, if you're in areas that are tighter, brushier, whatever like this, is when we've got the chances of catching those possums. So all right, for the morning of our first set morning, this is our second location. We set 3 traps here, so we've got 4 on the first location, 3 on this location, and unfortunately we're running out of time. We got a little bit of a late start this morning, and so this is it for today. So tomorrow we'll check these 2 locations, and then we'll set up hopefully at least 2 or 3 more locations tomorrow. So get a little bit earlier start and start building the lineup. So we'll see what happens.
I've been a professional trapper for over 40 years, and in that time, I've skinned literally thousands of animals. I've learned that it doesn't matter how cool a knife looks on your hip. What really matters is sharpness and reliability. And that's why I created the Weeby Wicked Sharp line of replacement blade knives. These are knives that will quickly skin your critters without skinning your wallet. Visit WeebyKnives.com to get the new Monarch folding knife with 3 replacement blades for just $19.95. Weeby Knives, Wicked Sharp.
Top dog predator bait. Success speaks for itself.
Good morning. First location that we set up yesterday, and we connected here on this bridge. It was a hot spot for us last year. So far it's keeping it up.
Proving itself, yeah.
Proving itself to be hot.
You might be able to hear the interstate behind us. I mean, we're probably quarter mile, half mile from the interstate, which creates a barrier. So we're running parallel to the interstate right here, and that is always a good geographical barrier that generally critters don't cross. I mean, of course they occasionally get hit on the highway or interstate, but generally those are good locations to keep in mind in as far as in the big picture of things. Do some talking here.
It's this cup. Gives you power in the mornings. It's a new Hoosier Trapper cup.
Pretty much self-explanatory.
And you got the coyote chasing the cat. I would bet this coyote was chasing cats in that neighborhood right there.
It's very, very possible. Yeah, you can see we're right on the edge of suburbia here for sure. Housing addition way over there. So this is definitely a house cat stalker. Get your remake done?
Yep. Got it freshened up. We're just talking about, he had a big wad of corn stalks, trying to keep some of this opened up. Nothing to kind of spook them, leave it more open.
They like to be able to see around the set, so
yeah, make them feel comfortable working that hole for that top dog. So pretty cool. First check day, 3rd location, or we only had 3 locations out and connecting early, so that's good. We're gonna go set more traps today.
Yeah, we actually set 2 locations yesterday that we showed you, and then Justin went out last evening in the dark and set one right across the road from his house. So nothing happened there. We'll show you that one.
Yeah, one of them, it's not my best. It was in the dark, but it could still produce.
So, anyway, so we did have 3 locations set up and connected with one coyote today. So that's pretty decent. First night check. So, not a bad Indiana coyote. Not our best either, but
Female. We'll take it.
all right, here's a new location we set up. We've got this crop change up, and we've got this 2-track lane between. Actually, it wasn't a crop change up because they're both bean fields, but there's a two-track lane coming up here, and it comes up. It kind of goes into a wooded area where there's a cow pasture, and then there's actually a creek in there. So here on this corner, I've got a dirt hole set right here, and then just down from it a little bit, I've got a flat set, and it's right here. And one thing I did on this one, I didn't use any bait, but it's got coyote gland lure and some urine, and then it also, I don't know if it'll show up in the picture or not, I've got a gray fox foot sticking in there, just as a curiosity attractant too. Sometimes just changing that up a little bit with that in there, just definitely has a lot of smell to it. Gray fox have a lot of smell. It's just a foot that was cut off last season and put in borax and dried out. It's still just got a tremendous amount of smell to it. So something different to throw at them. Good curiosity. And we'll walk over here and take a look at what Justin's doing. What'd you get in, Justin?
Huh?
What'd you put in?
Got 2 sets in. One flat set, one dirt hole. Flat set, I have no bait. It's more of a territorial, real basic. It's got urine, and it's up against a corn stalk about this tall. It's got coyote urine and a little bit of fox gland, and that's it. No bait. Real simple, well blended, hard to see. And the other one's got eye appeal. It's got a hole like this, dug up, scratched up, fresh dirt. Top dog coyote urine and fixing elixir on that one.
Yeah.
So, and a little bit of sheep's wool too. I put it down in there.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a lot colder tonight. Low 20s tonight, which should be our first really hard freeze we've had. So we'll see what happens.
Hopefully
get this stuff moving.
Get those coyotes moving, running through here.
Yeah.
We just saw 4 deer fly out of here, and there's tracks, deer tracks, all up and down here, and right down here in the creek. It's just rutted out with hooves where they keep crossing at.
It'd be tough to hunt right here though, because it's so wide open. You know. So.
All right, just got done making a dirt hole. Plenty of fresh dug dirt, lots of eye appeal, a couple sticks for the backing. Top dog down in the hole, of course, along with black gold and coyote urine, just on the back side of that stick. And for the stick itself, the lure is underneath it. We are supposed to get some rain and things like that, so hopefully it holds up a little longer than normal, but should be just fine. I'm kind of up on this hill. This slopes off down into the bottoms where water collects really bad down in that corner, so I figured being up here on this hill got a safer chance of keeping things dry. And Charlie's over there on that point over there. It's got a set going in. And we're just putting 2 in here for now and making adjustments as we go. But we got to get back to work. The road's right over there. We'll see how this works.
All right, this is the 4th location, 2nd location that we're setting up today. Actually the 5th location, because Justin set those 2 last night. So just to recap the day, it was our first check day. We caught the coyote. Justin caught that coyote earlier, and then we set up the location we just showed you along the creek, and then this field right here. There's actually another creek in this woods right here, but it's a little ways over. But so Justin put the set in that he just described to you, and then I've just got right here on this corner, got a traditional dirt hole set, and of course top dog bait. And this one I did put a little bit of long distance on. It's supposed to get super cold for this time of year here in Indiana. It's going to get down to very low 20s, and they're talking maybe even some high teens next week. So I think we're okay using the long distance right out the set. That's kind of pushing it. So we'll see how that goes. But I mean, you can definitely smell them. And I just dipped a very small stick in there. I didn't pour it or anything like that. I didn't want that much smell there. So and it'll calm down as it sits here a little bit too. So anyways, everything's been bedded, and then cover holes and just a little bit of dirt put on top just to keep things in place. But we definitely need those cover holes as cold as it's getting and as wet as the ground is. So anyways, like I said, this is check day 1. Set up a couple more locations. We're up to 5 locations on this hopefully just a 10-day run. So we'll see what happens on the 10 days. But anyways, just the before work trap line. So we got to get back to work and pack some orders, pour some product, skin some deer, wait on some customers. Just that time of year.
Hags Trapping Products by J3 Outdoors, the most versatile and efficient trapping devices on the market.
Who's your trapper deer sense? Success speaks for itself.
All right, this is check day 2, and this is the location that Justin had set up
In the dark.
in the dark when the first day setting. He came over here and set up a couple, and you can hear that he had success. That was a nice looking coyote for Indiana, I'll tell you what. Big coyote.
Very nice. He says, give me some more top dog. This set here was pretty cool. I made a flat set. And that rock right there, I had bait underneath that. But other than that, it was smooth as could be, blended out. But then, of course, I come the next day and didn't realize it wasn't as blended as I thought it was because I was doing it in the dark. But so, hey, still worked. Great combo. I don't remember what lure I put here. We wrote it down. Pretty cool. We'll take care of him, remake it, go check some more traps. It's a brisk 19.
Yeah, it's a
degrees.
cold. This
It's
is
cold
our
this
first
morning.
actually hard cold freeze, 19 degrees
Yeah.
this morning. Basically, you want to explain your location here, Justin?
Yeah, we're in the farm field, cornfield here. It's hard to see all of this in the camera, but there's a couple tree islands in the middle of it, and I've set off of it in the past, so I knew it's been a good location because we've caught here over the years. But this spot in particular, I guess the combine didn't want to come right through here and mow this down. I was originally just going to go over here and set off the point of the tree line, but I realized right here there's a little trail right here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but everything's running it, deer, whatever. It's a good game trail, so I decided to move over here and get right on. I want to hit them right in the nose with this stuff, and sure enough, it connected.
All right, awesome way to start out the day.
Yep. See this little dished out low spot is where the trap is. This rock is round, so I kind of made a little divot so it doesn't roll it back into my set. Not sure where the top dog is. That might be some right there.
I think it was.
Plenty of lure or urine smell around here. I am going to give it a little touch of Predator Magnet. Oh, that was more than a touch. It's a little globby this morning. That's a lot.
Let's think about everybody talks about, or we have a lot of questions about when to relure, when to rebait. You know, as I just addressed on the last show, it's like as long as that bait's there, you don't need to rebait. Of course, flat set's a little bit different because, you know, when you make a catch, it's got everything dispersed everywhere, and the same with the lure. So at this point, it is important to relure and rebait because it's been spread out all over the place. But certainly with this coyote being caught, we don't have to be concerned about urine. There's plenty of urine smell here. So anything coming by here is going to check this out.
Yeah. As far as all this blood over here, I'm just not even worried about it. Kick a little dirt over it, and I'm fine with that. And we're right on path of travel as far as a lane. You got this tree line edge, fence row, brushy fence row. Should hook up again, hopefully. Give it a few more days, see what happens.
Yep. Alrighty, let's go check some more. Justin, you are on a roll.
Still going.
You're shaming me. This is like when you go fishing and you're both fishing out of the same boat, same side of the boat and everything. One guy's catching little fish, the other guy's not catching anything.
Yeah, same lure, same bait, same everything.
We actually got Justin caught a really nice red fox this morning, which is kind of a surprise. And actually that looks like a young one, so there might be some more around here. That'd be pretty cool. This is the set that Justin caught the coyote in yesterday. So this is still check day 2. And for those of you that occasionally ask about coyote urine repelling red foxes and that kind of thing, there's this set smelled like nothing but a big old coyote. So clearly it didn't have any effect on this red fox. The effect that it had on the red fox was that he was curious and came in to check it out. So that, you know, clearly that idea doesn't hold up, and certainly plenty of coyotes, red foxes, and bobcats are caught on various types of urine. So no repellent there. So anyways, very cool. You know, and for Indiana, and I know a lot of states have them, but for Indiana to have a white tip on the tail like that is a little unusual. I mean, we normally don't quite have them like that here. So
they're cool critters.
Very awesome.
Sure. We'll remake this and see what else happens after, you know, next few days.
Yep. The wind is starting to pick up, I will tell you.
It's cold. I'm gonna make this set pretty quick.
We're not used to this yet.
Cutting through me, I'm still trying to get used to this.
This is the first winter-like day.
All right, still rolling on check day 2. Got this coyote right here. There was a dirt hole there. He's got it filled in with some top dog coyote urine. Predator Magnet. See here, I want to pan around. You have this fenced in area where cattle are usually pinned up. I have another set in that field straight across, a flat set. There's a crop change right there with a nice lane. This fence line, and there's some trails running down through this ditch right here, and it goes down pretty far, but it goes for miles. It's just a highway for predators to run. But check day 2 is turning out to be pretty good. We don't have a crazy amount of sets out, so feels good. So we're gonna take care of him and move on. We've got one more spot to check, and we'll see how that goes.
All right, question and answer. Got a question about what lures, bait, urine combinations do you use to target a specific animal, and this was in regard to land animals, fox, coyote, and bobcat trapping. And unfortunately, there is no combination of those lures so that you can specifically target a specific animals. In other words, almost all of that stuff crosses over. So what appeals to a bobcat also appeals to a canine, and vice versa. So, I mean, you can go to specific bobcat lures that have catnip in them, but gray fox and coyotes like that too. You can go to a red fox gland lure, but coyotes love that stuff and will definitely interest a cat as well. So they all, you know, even though the label on the lure may say something specific, it crosses over to those two other species. So there's really no combination that you can 100% target a specific animal. The only way that I know of to target specific animals, and this is still just very, you can't target a specific animal 100%, but it would be just in the location that you set. So, you know, if you're in a location that's wide open country and there's coyotes running it, you know, there may not be a bobcat there. You know, the same with fox country or whatever, but there's really no answer to that, and anybody that says that there is a lure or whatever that's specific to that species and won't catch anything else, it's just plain not true. And I don't know of anybody that says that anyways, but it's just not that stuff. Even if it doesn't appeal to them, you know, hunger-wise or whatever, there's still always that curiosity there that some other animal's going to check it out. And some guys think that if you use coyote urine, you'll limit the fox catch, and that's just not true. We were catching red fox right after we were catching coyotes in the same exact set. So that set smelled way more like a coyote than it did when we made the set, and we still caught red fox. So, anyways, there's no great answer for that because there isn't one, and I hope that helps clear up that maybe that's some the question and some confusion to that. But about the only thing you can do is just kind of watch your locations. All right, with Christmas coming up, in fact, this show releases on Black Friday. So, anyways, for Christmas, we got several items of suggestion for you. Of course, we've got our original camo Mossy Oak Hoosier Trapper Outdoor hats. We also have our new knit hats, both in Mossy Oak camo and in black. Then we have our Hoosier Trapper Outdoors t-shirts with that on the front and the little logo on the back. And then we also have our Hoosier Trapper Outdoors I Am a Coyote Predator t-shirts. Hoosier Trapper Outdoors on the back of the t-shirt. So another suggestion for Trapper for Christmas. We also have our window decals to choose from. Leatherwood scent, deer scent, Hoosier Trapper Outdoors, and then I Am a Coyote Predator decal as well.
Those are good stocking stuffers.
Yep, exactly. And we've came out with these mugs. So don't like trappers. Hope a coyote eats your cat. Then we got a coyote chasing a cat. Hoosier Trapper Outdoors. And I got to tell you, those have been very popular so far. So that's a new item. Anyways, and trappers can appreciate that. We're not trying to wish anybody ill will, but anyways, trappers can appreciate that. We've got our standard crew neck sweatshirts. And then we also have hoodies, which have been very popular as well. So, Hoosier Trapper Outdoors on the front, Hoosier Trapper Outdoors on the back. So, in the hoodies. So anyways, just some ideas for Christmas gifts. And if you don't know what to get, you can always get a Hoosier Trapper Outdoor or a Hoosier Trapper Supply gift card in any dollar amount. Just give us a call, and we'll be glad to take that order from you and send you whatever dollar amount you want, and we'll just put put them in the mail to you. So that way somebody can buy traps or equipment that they need and get what they want.
Thanks for watching the show, guys. Just want to let you know that we have the new catalog available. Pretty sharp looking cover there with Charlie working a muskrat hut. You can get this by calling the shop here at any time. Just give us your home address and we'll be glad to send you one. Or you can visit us at HoosierTrapperSupply.com and sign up that way, request one. It's real easy. It's on the home page. It's a brand new website. It's pretty sharp. And you can also sign up for our email newsletter, which informs you on show dates when they're coming out and product highlights and shows or specials that we may have going on at the time. Occasionally a blog by Charlie. So just a little bit of insight of what's going on here at Hoosier Trapper will be in those newsletters. One thing I wanted to add too is the Fur Shed series is still out there, so don't forget about that. We send them out randomly. There's no dates available. Anytime we think there's a tip or something useful that could help someone out in the field or in their shed, we'll go ahead and throw it out there for you. And it's real clean cut, straight to the point. Anything from trap modification to fur grading or whatnot, just anything that's done in the shed, not necessarily done in the field. Those tips can really be helpful, so be on the lookout for those. And go ahead and follow us too on all the social media sites. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, the list goes on. Just find us on there and we'd love to hear from you. Comments, like, post, all the good stuff. So we'll see you next time.
Join us on December 7th for the next episode of Who's Your Trapper Outdoors.